A biker bought a teenage girl for $10,000 when he overheard three men bidding on her in a gas station bathroom at 3 a.m. like she was livestock. William Hammer Davidson had pulled off I-7 near Kansas City for gas and coffee. He'd been riding 12 hours straight coming back from his brother's funeral in Colorado. He used the bathroom where the men's room shared a thin wall with the women's room. That's why he heard everything so clearly. 1,500, one man said. She's damaged goods, tracks on her arms. 2 grand, another countered. She's young, 14, maybe 15, still profitable. Hammer froze at the sink. His blood turned to ice. Then he heard a fourth voice. Young, female, terrified. Please, my mom's looking for me. She'll pay. Just let me call her. They laughed. One slapped her. The sound echoed through the wall. 5,000 final offer, the third man said. I'll take her to Denver. Have her working by sunrise. Hammer had 7 seconds to make a choice that would either save this girl or get himself killed. The door opened. 3 men walked out first. Mid-30s to 40s, baseball caps, could have been anyone's neighbor. Behind them walked a teenage girl, thin and bruised. Her hands were zip-tied in front of her. She made eye contact with Hammer. She mouthed 2 words. Help me. One trafficker noticed the exchange. Keep walking, he growled, shoving her toward the exit. They were heading to a white van in the parking lot. Windows tinted, no visible plates. Gentlemen, Hammer called out. Got a minute? They turned, sized up the 6 feet 2 inches biker, covered in road dust and leather. One reached behind his back for what was probably a gun. Not interested in whatever you're selling, old man. Funny, I was thinking the same thing. Hammer looked at the girl. How much? Their expressions shifted from suspicion to interest. How much for what? Don't play stupid. I heard you through the wall. How much for the girl? The girl's eyes went wide with betrayal. She thought he was another buyer, another monster. 10 grand, non-negotiable. Hammer pulled out his wallet. He'd withdrawn $15,000 for his brother's burial costs. Hadn't spent it at all. I've got $10,000 cash right here. No questions. The traffickers calculated. Was he a cop, a buyer, something else? Why should we trust you? Because I'm standing here with 10 grand at 3 a.m. Because I ride alone. Because that van has no plates. Something went wrong. You need cash fast. Their faces confirmed he was right. Deal, the leader said, grabbing the money. She's yours. Keep her drugged. She's a runner. They walked away, got in the van, drove off into darkness. Hammer memorized everything. White Ford Transit. Dent on the left side. Broken tail light. He turned to the girl. She backed away in terror. Don't touch me. I'm not going to. You just bought me. No, I just got you away from them. He pulled out his phone. I'm calling 911. No. She lunged for the phone. No police. They'll send me back to the group home. That's where this started. Her name was Macy Rodriguez, 16 years old, in foster care since she was 8. The group home in Kansas City had 17 girls. 2 adults supervising. One of those adults was selling the girls to truckers, to men with vans, to anyone with cash. Mrs. Patterson, Macy said, her voice dead. She's been doing it for years. Takes the ones nobody cares about. The track marks on her arms came from Mrs. Patterson, too. Drugs to make her fight less. Macy had been trafficked for 3 days across multiple states. Nobody had noticed. Nobody had cared. Hammer called Luther, his club's lawyer, at 3 a.m. human trafficking situation. 16-year-old victim. Needs safe placement outside the system. 30 minutes later, 2 cars arrived. A woman from a trafficking victim advocacy group, a social worker Luther trusted completely. Macy panicked. You said you'd help. I am helping. These people specialize in this. The advocacy woman approached slowly. Macy, I'm Jennifer. I run a safe house. No police, no foster system, just safety. Why should I believe you? Jennifer rolled up her sleeve. Track marks, faded but visible. Because 15 years ago I was you. Someone helped me. Now I help others. Macy collapsed sobbing into Jennifer's arms. Hammer gave his statement to police. Described the men, the van, everything. His dashcam had captured the van leaving with a partial VIN visible. This might crack open a trafficking ring we've been tracking for 6 months, the detective said. 3 days later, police arrested Mrs. Patterson and 2 staff members. 17 girls testified about being sold. The 5 men from the trafficking ring were arrested within weeks. Hammer's dashcam footage identified them. They're all serving 20+ years now. Macy's recovery took months. Detox, therapy, learning to trust again. Hammer visited once a month, brought books, helped with homework, taught her about motorcycles. Why bikes? She asked one day. Freedom. You're in control. Nobody owns you. She understood that more than most people ever could. On her 19th birthday, Macy asked Hammer to teach her to ride. She was terrified at first, then determined, then joyful. I'm flying, she said after her first solo ride. I'm actually flying. Macy got her license, bought her own Harley, a purple Sportster covered in trafficking awareness stickers. She graduated with a social work degree. Now she works with trafficking victims, testifies at trials, helps other girls escape the same hell she survived. Last month, 200 bikers joined Macy's Run for Freedom. They raised $50,000 for trafficking victim services. At the end, Macy gave a speech to the crowd. 7 years ago, I was being sold in a gas station bathroom. I'd given up, accepted I would die young in some hotel room. She looked at Hammer standing in the crowd. Then a biker overheard. He could have walked away like everyone else did. Instead, he stepped in. He bought me from those men so he could set me free. People ask why I trust bikers. It's because when the system failed me, when regular people looked away, a biker didn't. 200 bikers stood crying as she finished. Bikers are dangerous. Dangerous to traffickers, to abusers, to anyone who hurts the innocent. Because bikers don't look away. The Iron Wolves Motorcycle Club started training after that night, learning signs of trafficking, how to spot victims, who to call. They've helped 4 more girls since Macy. 4 more times they noticed something wrong and acted. Each one is alive, free, healing. Macy has a photo in her apartment. Hammer standing next to his bike outside that gas station. The caption reads, "My hero, my savior, my dad." Hammer never had children of his own. Medical issues made it impossible. That emptiness haunted him for decades. Then a 16-year-old mouthed, "Help me," at 3 a.m. and he became a father through choice instead of blood. Macy starts her master's program next fall. Specialized trafficking victim advocacy. She's going to change the system that failed her. I'll make sure no other girl is sold by the person meant to protect her, she promises. Because Macy Rodriguez survived hell and became the person she needed 7 years ago. The person who doesn't look away. Just like a tired biker at a gas station taught her. Sometimes heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they wear leather vests and pull off highways at 3 a.m. for coffee. Sometimes they hear evil through bathroom walls and refuse to ignore it. And sometimes they spend $10,000 meant for a funeral to buy a girl her freedom. That's what real bikers do. They pay attention when nobody else does. They act when everyone else looks away. And they save lives one gas station stop at a time.